Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today for another episode at Homestead Patch. Today we're going to be doing a review of this amazing commercial manual food slicer. It's a 12-inch food slicer and it's made by a company called Paladin. And I am so excited to bring it to you. As many of you know, I have been on a health journey for the last year. I've lost 67, actually I'm like right at 67 pounds in 14 months. My goal is to lose an additional, about another 45 pounds, and I will be at a healthy weight. So this is an item that I think is really going to be a game changer in my diet program, because it's going to allow me to cut all kinds of meat and vegetables and all kinds of things as thin as I need them, or as thick as I want them. So I'm very excited to try out this product. This product is a powerhouse. It is so strong. It is so well built. I am just so impressed by it. So whether you're a hunter or a cook, a chef, maybe you're into home preserving, it doesn't really matter what. I mean, this is really for everybody. And if you look at the price, like if you were to buy a package of meat, cook it, and slice it up, it just never really comes out right. If you go and buy meat that's already pre-packaged, pre-cut, pre-sliced, it's a fortune. It's so much more expensive than doing it yourself. So after you've made your initial investment and you are on the road to taking advantage of all the sales and different things that come up, this thing can also be a big money saver. So let's first talk power. It features a 2/5 horsepower air-cooled copper motor, and it runs continuously up to 4 hours. So say you just went out and shot a deer, and you want to process that meat. I mean, it might take you a while. And here you're able to do it. If you buy meat in bulk and you want to bring that and, process it, maybe you put it through a food saver and vacuum seal it, put it into your freezer. This is a product that's going to make your job super simple. Now, because this machine can stay on for 4 hours without overheating, that means you can process cheese, venison, beef, meat, chicken, even vegetables out of the garden. If you're somebody that's got a lot of vegetables and you want to put them up for the winter, this is the product for you. There's no more struggling with underpowered, slicers and mandolins and things like that. This thing is made to really work and get the job done. So what I really like about this machine, I think more than anything, it's got a big blade. It's a 12-inch blade. It's an Italian copper steel blade. It's gonna cut through your meats like butter. It stays razor sharp due to 2 sharpening stones that are in the machine. The adjustable slicing width can go up to 8.1 inches. So you can put like a big roast in there and still get everything sliced up the way you want it. Another thing I love about this thing is, I just bought a hot pot recently. I did a video, which I'm gonna link above if anybody's interested. And what I love about this, when you go to buy the meats for hot pot, they're so expensive because it's the paper thin little pork or beef or chicken or whatever it is you're getting. They roll them up and it's like $10 for a little tiny package of meat. This machine will allow you to slice your meats paper thin, perfect for the hot pot. So if you're somebody who enjoys hot pot, if you're on a diet and you want to feel like you're eating a lot more than you actually are, slice your meat thin and work it that way. Every cut is clean, precise, and you're going to get your meat exactly the way you want it. Now today, I've actually picked up a roasted chicken. It's already done. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to cook it or anything. We're going to slice it. I'm going to take the rest of it off the bones and have that for another meal, another day. And then I'm going to save the bones to make broth, and I am ready to go. This slicer is made for durability and safety. Now, I always wear a slicing glove whenever I'm working with any kind of a blade, just because I'm gonna be 66 next month and sometimes I forget things. So be careful when you're using it. These blades are razor sharp, but if you follow the instructions and you store it the way you're supposed to, you clean it the way they suggest, you wouldn't have any problems at all. Just be careful and remember that this really is a powerhouse, and you don't want to get hurt. They're designed for safety. They have a lot of extra things that'll help you to, push your meat through, not hold it near the blade with your fingers. So, that's really nice. It's also got a die cast aluminum casting all over the whole machine. So it's rugged and it's made to last. Another thing I like about this machine is it's got these little rubber wheels. They're not really wheels, but it's got these little rubber, I guess they're connected to the stands. So a lot of these things are all rubber. And what I like is it helps with the vibrating noise when you're working with your product and having everything slice up really nice. So that you can see how we actually use this machine, I'm going to do a demonstration. I have a rotisserie chicken. I'm going to cut some of the breast off of this meat, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to slice it up for tonight's dinner and some other things I'm going to put in the refrigerator for the week. So the first thing that I did was I screwed on this little piece right here. It's called the sliding food carriage. So I put this on, and then I plugged it into an outlet in my kitchen, and I've got my chicken breast pulled apart. I'm going to use these pre-cooked rotisserie chicken, and we're going to use those to try out our slicer. So what we're going to do is just take a piece of chicken, and I'm going to put it right down in between the this piece right here. I'm just going to get it all situated. I'm going to move this little piece down, and then I'm going to turn the machine on. Actually, I want to check the adjustment knob first so that I know what to set it to. All right, I'm going to set mine really small. I just want to see how this first one does, so I may turn it on and off, and we may make them thicker or thinner depending on how these start cutting, and I'll just show you as we go through this. I think I'll adjust the volume. I don't know how loud this is, but it says here to turn the meat slicer on and press the green button. Stand to the side of the slicer opposite the blade and place a tray or a plate behind the meat slicer below the blade to collect the sliced food. All right, let's give this a try. This is exciting. I hit the green button and the blade is starting to twirl. I'm going to bring you in a little closer so you can see that. Can you see the blade there? And then all we're going to do is start pushing our chicken through. So let me show you how this chicken got sliced up. So these were some of the thicker pieces that I did. I think those came out really beautiful. Look at some of these thinner pieces that I did of this chicken. Now this was warm chicken. It wasn't real hot, but it said that you need to let it sit if it's real hot for like 20 to 30 minutes so that it's easier to cut. I'm kind of wondering if it really looks a lot easier to cut by putting it in partially frozen. It says not to do it frozen, but this is just wonderful. This is wonderful for chicken salad, for chicken sandwiches, for all kinds of things. I just love the way it just, look at how nice and thin that is. Just beautiful. So I think this is going to be a huge addition to my repertoire of things to make. So I am just so excited. I'm really excited to use this for my hot pot. So if you are looking for a product that is easy to use, I mean, it's literally just the push of a button. I'm gonna clean everything. I've got my handy dandy glove. I'm not gonna touch that blade without it, but I'm gonna get all this cleaned in some hot soapy water. It said not to run these through the dishwasher, so that's fine with me. It's very easy. I'm actually going to be making a cover for this. I want to put it on another counter that I have on the other side of my kitchen. So it's going to be decorated really cute. I'm going to use some chicken material and you'll never know there's a meat slicer on the counter. So I just got done cleaning this machine and boy, was it ever simple. It was just a matter of taking out a couple of screws and this top part here comes off completely. It was so easy to wash, and even the blade, there's a little hook back there that you're just going to pull out and it releases the blade. It's kind of a safety mechanism. This part right here that I'm pulling up, these are the polishing stones which keep the blade nice and, you know, razor sharp, cuts them and makes sure that the razor stays nice and sharp. And this was just a dream to clean. Very, very easy. Took me about 10 minutes. And, you know, if I can do it at my age, anybody can clean this. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope if you're in the market for a meat slicer that you'll check this one out. I'm going to leave a link below so that you can easily find this. And, you know, let's just keep working on the weight loss together. If there's products that you're using that you think are helpful for others, I'm going to continue to share things that I'm using that I think are really helpful for me as well. So if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring that bell for future notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.